I'm curious about the fireball. You grew up watching Memphis wrestling, and of course Lawler after, I guess it was after the feud with the Sheik, right? Or the matches with the Sheik.
Yes.
That he started throwing the fire. Somehow he picked that up, that skill. He didn't get the fork.
It was when he had the Sheik down in the middle of the ring in the Mid-South Coliseum, and he was putting the hurting on him. The Sheik just spilled his guts. All of his secrets, just babbled everything.
But, we've seen these sons of Memphis as they are. Eddie Gilbert eventually picked up the fireball and he never let go of it. He used it for the rest of his career. At random times, Hot Stuff could throw the fireball. You do the fireball to Ron Garvin. In my eyes, one of the most underrated angles of the 1980s, just because it's a great match. You have the fireball angle. It's the best looking fireball. You actually burn Ron Garvin. You actually get to see his face singed. And then, of course,
when he went in slow motion, when he hit the ground, he was still smoking.
Yeah. And the slow motion shot makes it. And then, of course, Jimmy Garvin turns babyface because you burned his family. And he storms into the locker room and tackles you. It's an amazing angle. But after that, Crockett Cup 87, you throw the fire. You miss the Road Warriors, but you try to do it again. Did you ever think about adding that to your repertoire going forward, that you did it the first time, you teased it the second time? Was it something you wanted to do?
Well, first of all, and thank you very much for all the compliments, because we actually did get death threats. I have some of them framed on my office wall, the death threats I got for setting fire to Ronnie Garvin. That's in the Midnight Express book. That chapter is, pardon me, sir, your face is on fire. But actually, Dusty told me to do it. I didn't come up with that. They wanted a reason to suspend me in February 1987 because I had my first marriage. My honeymoon was going to be, like 10 days or whatever. That's the first time I'd asked for time off. So Dusty wanted to suspend me. Give me a reason to miss a week of the TVs all the way around, because I missed a Saturday night TBS, a Sunday night TBS, and two, NWA Pro Wrestling and Worldwide Wrestling, the syndicated shows. So we'd do the angle with the Garvins. He wanted to switch Jimmy babyface anyway. And he gave me I don't know whether he had done it in Florida, maybe with somebody, maybe the Great Mephisto that threw fire. I don't know. Because it's one of those deals. It came all from Dusty. This is how y'all are going to do this. And he laid it out. I would throw the fire and I'm like, oh shit. Cause I've never done it before. And now I'm going to be doing it in front of 10,000 people, however many, probably 8,000 in Charlotte on TV. First time ever. But Dusty laid it out, and then the attack afterwards. That one time Bubba Ray Dudley actually told me he had just seen the footage of Jimmy Garvin breaking the babyface's door down and jumping into or breaking the heel's door down rather, and jumping on me and blah, blah, blah. He said, I thought when Paul did that with so-and-so and so-and-so at ECW was the first time. I said, when was that? He said, 94. I said, no, this was 87. So apparently Heyman stole it. But anyway, Dusty laid it out for us. I got suspended and came back. And that's when, I saw that it had gotten hot and we were getting the death threats and et cetera. And we worked with the Garvins for a while. But Dusty also called the Crockett Cup finish. He said, go to throw the fire like they saw you do with Ronnie. Boom. And that's why we did that finish, just to tease on that. He never particularly asked me to do it again. And truthfully, I didn't want to do it again unless I was going to burn somebody, because, okay, I did it the first time and it worked and it got hot, the death threats and the interest in the matches with the Garvins. Then I missed it. The next time I did it, if I missed it, I would have missed it more than I hit it. And then it just becomes a high spot. So then if you hit somebody with it after that, it may not be as impactful. So since I couldn't just come up, I guess I could have suggested, but it never came up, but I would just set fire to anybody again. But I did use it in Smoky Mountain when me and Terry Funk turned on Bob Armstrong after I did that little babyface run, and I burned him. So, and I hit him with it. So, and it got some heat. So the racket's evergreen. You can play with that in every fucking match, but something like throwing fire and burning somebody, either you need to do it and mostly just do it and fucking leave the territory like Sheik did for 20 years, or just do it sparingly.